All right. So why didn't Homeboy show up? What's going on with this? We got to figure out what's going on, man. So supposedly Danis didn't show up to the main press conference. I wonder if he's gonna show up for that little for the weigh-in. If that's the case, we're gonna see. Or if he's gonna show up for the fight. Or I wonder if this is a ploy for like people trying to like shit on what he's trying to do with boxing, and they're almost gonna like make it to where every time JJ tries to have like a main event card fight, he might end up actually what do you call it? He might end up actually like not being able to have the fight. Like they'll make every opponent back out before the fight happens so that his like, I don't know, whatever his credibility, whatever you want to call it, gets tarnished. I don't know. We'll see what happens though. Let's see.
KSI.
Hi.
Welcome.
Yes. Thank you for having me.
Dillon Danis press conference today.
Yeah.
Let's start there. How are you feeling? How's camp going? How's training going? How's preparation?
Well, first of all, it's funny that Dillon Danis isn't even there. He said he was sick or ill, but I think he was terrified of coming to London and just knowing I was going to try and get my own back with the whole coffee thing. I had the coffee ready and everything, but it's what it is. Yeah, training's going well. Yeah, man, I'm just getting new PBs, sparring. You know, I sparred 9 rounds this week, 6 rounds straight, and then round after round after round. And then, yeah, fighting different opponents, you know, with the sparring.
I love how he like explained to us how sparring works.
Fighting 2 people at the same time, not at the same time, but you know what I mean, switching over while I'm still in the ring. And yeah, man, I'm just fit and ready. Yeah, I'm just fitter than which is, you know what's crazy? I'm fitter than I was than the last camp.
This nigga is exhausted right now. What the fuck? You could tell. He's literally like lethargic, like barely there, basically.
Back down to the diet. We've got to ask you, what's going into it now?
I think it's a lot of things. I think diets are always
not sweets.
Well, I mean, yeah, for a little bit, I did go off the rails a bit, but you know, I kind of realized I'm just slowing my own progress down, so there's no point. But yeah, this time, yeah, like food-wise, like it's all very good. Training-wise, it's all very good. And the mindset, bro, I just feel like $1 million, or I feel like $1 billion. Like I'm over the moon about everything. I'm just so excited and so ready for everything. And I think once I get into the ring, I'm excited to show people more. And I felt like with the last fights that I had to rush everything because it was 3 rounds. I wasn't able to really like dig in and showcase all my skills. You know, I showcased a little here and there, but I wasn't able to really put in that work because, you know, my opponents would just not fight back. And it's kind of hard to fight someone that doesn't want to fight you. So hopefully with Dillon Danis, he fights back and we get a good scrap.
Now, you touched on it a moment ago.
I still don't think he's going to show up.
Not here today.
Yes.
Is this
Bro's gonna
a
be
mind
anorexic
game from Dillon? Is this something that you've taken into consideration? Just expand a little bit, I guess, on him not being here.
I honestly think Dillon not being here is like, it shows that he is breaking. Like the whole situation, the whole moment is getting to him.
Especially being this sick. I mean, it's less than a month away, I feel like, right? It's, well, 14 because there's still 20. No, okay, so it's like, well, technically, yeah, it's less than 30 days away. So that's fucking crazy, man.
Yeah, like, yeah.
And he's sick right now. Like, to think about what he's missing out on as far as camp and training goes, that shit gotta be taking a toll.
I'm ill, but I think that's an excuse. I think it's for him. He's just there like, oh, wow, I'm actually going to be getting into the ring with KSI. You know, this is one of the hardest fights of my life. And he's probably going to knock me out. And I think it's starting to play in his head that, you know, I'm a scary guy. When I fight people in the ring, they see a different person. I'm not this, you know, bubbly, happy guy that's, you know, I normally am. I turn into a killer. I turn into a machine. And I just want to take everyone out when I'm in that mode. And yeah, I think it's slowly starting to creep in that, okay, like, this is actually happening, so.
What effect do you think that will have on him? Do you think that will, like you say, maybe break him to the point of crumbling before the first bell even goes? Or should that maybe spur him on the other way? If he's going to be facing this animal, this monster, up your game.
I think he's terrified. I think him coming to London, first of all, is going to terrify him because, you know, he's not liked here. He's hated. So, you know, the whole of England will be against him. So he knows as soon as he gets in that ring, he's getting
Dyllon
booed,
Danis,
or walks down to the ring, he's getting booed. You know, everything is against him. And then with me in front of him as well, it's just more pressure. And what makes things even worse is I'm a fighter that is relentless. I don't, you know, fight on the back foot. I'm there taking it to you. I'm like, let's go. I'm here to knock you out. I'm not here to get points, you know, win on points. I'm here to, you know, get a finish. I want to finish you right now. So I think for him, it's a lot. It's a lot. And every opponent I face has realized it's a lot and it's terrifying. And, you know, that gets the adrenaline up and it gets the heartbeat going, and then eventually his legs will go, and, you know, he's trying to overthink.
I just want to know, it's been 5 years since he's been in the ring.
You know, I'm there like, you're going to drown here and I'm able to swim. Like, this is the deep end and you're not going to be able to survive. And that's just how I feel in general.
Does it make it more special for you, the fact that the Misfits belt is something you're going to have to defend? It's there, it's on the line. This is, I mean, you are Misfits Boxing. This is your title that you earned, 2 fights, 1 night, you're holding it. And he's coming to try and take that from you.
Well, I just know he's not going to take it at all. I just know, like, I'm just a different animal, a different beast. And this is going to be mine for as long as I want it to be. So, yeah, like, it could be on the line, it might not be on the line. It's whatever. He's getting knocked out. Simple as that. And, I mean, I'm not going to let him take it. It's Misfits is my thing. I'm not going to let him, you know, beat, you know, one of the guys who is part of Misfits.
I want to ask you about Misfits over the course of 2022 before we have a look at the full card on the 14th of Jan. Just talk to me a little bit, and maybe put you on the spot, some of your favourite moments of Misfits Boxing in 2022.
Oh, definitely Walid versus Dean the Great. I think that was an incredible fight. One of the best fights of Misfits history, as short as it has been. But it's, incredible fight. And I'm excited to see that fight happen again whenever it does happen. Was that sus? I think, you know,
JJ says something sus every time. Like, he had, like, I feel like even Logan hit it like perfectly nail on the head when he was talking about him when they were getting ready for their fight. He always talks like a freaking villain or something, making his like final stand, you know, and like tries to make it all like super extra and epic and like the third person shit. Oh, dude, he's got to say something sus.
You know, even having Slim versus Ryan Taylor, that was such a war. And being able to see that in person was incredible and was such a moment. Greg Hardy versus Hasim Rahman, that was a big fight as well. A lot, you know, that was just incredible. Temper versus Slim, that was... Well, we didn't expect that from Slim. We didn't expect him to knock out Temper. That's definitely an upset, and it just definitely changed the whole boxing scene in terms of the whole influencer space. And, you know, me fighting two people in one night, you know, that's just a highlight of mine to be able to actually do that. I thought that was really sick. And, yeah, man, there's just so many, but I think it's cool that with Misfits, there's just going to be more and more in the future. And this is just the beginning. And we've only done 3 events and we've done so much already. I think it's just exciting to be in this space for sure.
Tell us a little bit about the plans for 2023 then, for both you personally in the ring and for Misfits Boxing.
Well, I think for me, you know, I want to fight 3 times next year. That is the plan. Dyllon Danis being the first person. We're still trying to figure out who the second person is. And then hopefully Jake Paul being the third and final person. And with Misfits, you know, we just want to have more events, you know, do more just more events in general, just have more different influences, maybe I had to have some pros in there as well. Just, mixing it up, but, focusing on entertainment. For us, we want to be different to the UFC. We want to be different to, traditional boxing cards. We want to be the entertaining side of this whole boxing space. And, if we can mix the two and make it incredible, I think that's a great journey to success for sure.
Shit, I'm gonna be here to see it.
Seeing as you just said his name there, Jake Paul. We spoke about Dillon Danis maybe coming trying to take that belt. What happens if Jake Paul tries to come and take this belt?
I mean, I'd love to see him try. We should put his belt on the line as well. His disgusting, ugly ass belt. But I'd love to just take it just so I could burn it. I think that'd be incredible.
Let's have a look at our fight then. January the.
Doesn't he have like a bunch of like AP watches around his belt or something?
14th. The whole card is stacked from top to bottom. Plenty of potential fight of the nights, fight of maybe the whole of Misfits. I just want to ask you about a couple of those. In particular, Salt Pappy, Josh Bruckner. We did the virtual face-off with those guys the other day, and they were so calm, so respectful. There's no beef whatsoever. But for people who know boxing, that could be a barnstormer.
Yes, honestly, if Salt Pappy is able to beat Josh Bruckner, Salt Pappy's top 5 in the whole influencer space. This is going to be Salt Pappy's first real test because he's got a lot of hype. I think because of the way he's able to finish his opponents, people are very excited. But the people he beat aren't people who are top 5 or let alone top 10 in their space. So
it still sucks that they're giving this Josh guy as much credit as they are, because I would not say that Josh is top 5 in the space either. They should have let him fight somebody who actually has a name in the space rather than like another newbie, Josh
Bruckner, he is top 10, top 15 in the space. So, he's a guy a lot of people have avoided. A lot of people don't want to fight him. So if he's able to,
But I feel like people just don't want to fight him because he's in shape. It's not because he's a good fighter. You know what I mean? He still looks unathletic when you see him in the ring.
Beat or knock out Josh Bruckner, then, Salt Pappy is the real deal. And then, I think at that point, he'll get, certain people excited, the Slims or maybe even the Jake Pauls of the world, to want to maybe even fight him, etc. So.
Just to touch on a couple of the others, your old nemesis Swarms is back against Ryan Taylor. Talk to me a little bit about that one.
I mean, I'm excited to see what Swarms does. We didn't really get to see much from Swarms when I fought him. He was too busy being a ballerina. But I think him versus Ryan Taylor is going to be a tough fight. Ryan Taylor, as we saw, was in the trenches with Slim and was able to survive, obviously lost, but was able to survive and take the heat. So I don't know if Swarms is able to, deal with that. But, Swarms looks slimmer. He looks like he's, really worked out and trained hard. So, maybe we'll see a different Swarms. Maybe we'll see a Swarms that's, ready to get in that ring and, knock someone out. But
come on.
I think it's going to be a good fight either way. But I'd say Ryan Taylor is definitely going to be edging it for me for sure.
Your belt isn't the only one on the line that night. The Misfits light heavyweight title goes on the line. Slim, Tom Zanetti. A lot of people saying Tom Zanetti can bang, but Slim can box.
Yes.
Break it a little bit down for me.
Well, I mean, with Tom Zanetti, he's another guy that people have avoided to fight. He's a dangerous guy. He's a big guy. He's built. And he's a bit of a nutcase as well. So
yeah, that dude needs to be drug tested fast.
I mean, look, Slim is fine. Has fought Ryan Taylor, who is basically Tom Zanetti, but able to throw more hands. So I don't know how Slim is going to be able to deal with that. But yeah, with Slim, you never know. You never know what to expect. He's going to go in, do his thing, entertain the crowd, and he always ends up winning. So let's see how he does.
Final ones from me then, KSI. Let's have a look at Christmas and New Year.
Yeah.
How do you celebrate while you're training camp? What happens there?
Yeah, I'm gonna celebrate with friends. You know, just have a good time. But yeah, I'm not gonna be drinking. I'm gonna be waking up nice and early the next day and
it's just dope. He's actually gonna be able to be with the fam this year. You know,
training hard as I always do, and yeah, just going back to work and then getting excited for the main event, January 14th.
Let me ask you who's on the Christmas card list. If I ask you some names, is Jake Paul on the Christmas card list?
Definitely not. Well, I mean, I'll give him some coal.
Dyllon Danis?
Nope. But if I was to give him something, I'll probably just give him maybe a bottle of my piss.
Hey, yo.
Or a sandwich of just my shit. Yeah.
Okay, I don't know how to follow that one up, so we'll draw it there. But listen, KSI, big fight week is on the horizon after Christmas and New Year. Wish you all the best for that.
Thank you.
Good press conference today. We'll see you soon.
Thank you very much.
That's hard. It's gonna be dope to see how it all goes, man.